All right, before I continue about the situation of why dub versus sub is sort of a problem and does it affect the other side about the dub or sub or vice versa, is I want to basically also mention a new company that's also the same situation, such as P Cubed and Axie Games, and that is Nicalis. So I'm gonna guess they're sort of brand new because I really never heard of it until they published Code of Princess EX, which is the Switch version. I did start playing it. I bought the game. I had an Amazon Prime, so it was $31.99. And unfortunately for that one, I just found out by playing the game the lack of English dub. Went to the internet, searched for it, and a lot of people were disappointed, so I'm not the only one, thank goodness. And apparently, because I've been so long, and I had this Code of Princess also in the 3DS. Believe it or not, I bought it for $15. It was on sale, but then I stopped because I had too many games. That one has dub, and it was because it was basically published by Atlas. And then there was a a Steam version, but it was published by another company by the name of the Gika. They're published for the Steam version, and it's supposed to be a high-res version of the 3DS, but it plays as the 3DS version, and that one does not have a dub. And the reviews are mixed for that one, and I didn't know about it. And if you don't know who the Giga is, they don't do physical releases because they're a small indie company to some extent, per se. They published the Koi Musou game, which is Dinosaur Warrior but all female. There's a new version in Steam and also now in the PS4 for $20 if you're a fan of that. That one didn't have a dub. Another one is they did this shooter, supposed to be a retro shooter. I forget the name. It's been on Steam for a long time, but for strange reason now it's on the PS4. Thumbs up if you like that. So again, the Giga, they don't dub games, but again, I barely heard about them. But you can understand where they're from. Nicalis, I guess it's the same thing. Like I said, they're probably in the same situation, such as P Cube and Axie Games to some extent. And that is, they're probably a small company, and they're not going to dub game because Blade Stranger will not have a dub, and there's another one, their Crystal Puzzle game. I don't know what the full title is. That one doesn't have a dub also. And also, just want to point out this company, unfortunately, depending on your perspective, for strange reason, they just support more the Switch than the PS4. And you're saying, is that really a big deal? Well, I always say equality is always a good thing. But it kind of tells me right now that a lot of this company, they want to favor Nintendo over Sony. And again, what do you think? Hey, are you a Sony fanboy? Why are you saying like that? I mean, it's good that Nintendo's making a comeback. Like, believe me, I have Nintendo games. I buy Nintendo games. I'm a Nintendo fan, an Uber fan. I'm also a support of Sony. But if you look at the current situation right now, who's in the lead in the gaming competition? Sony. PlayStation 4. Whether you like it or not, they're in the lead. Most people have PS4 when the first PS4 came out, the install base. The Switch, yes, it is growing, but to some extent, they're trying to break that stigmata of you buy Nintendo console to play Nintendo games, because the good thing about the Switch is they are getting third-party games. They're also getting third-party exclusive games to some extent. That's fine. My basically opinion is third-party, content exclusive, first-party exclusive game. That's what I'm gonna say there. I know I'm like going off and ranting here because it's unfortunately it's kind of irks me a bit, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, Nicalis, they're not that big, so dubbing games for them, it's probably out of the picture. However, like I said, Code of Princess for the 3DS was dubbed by Atlas. So the question also probably, and I know this is like going way off of who's dubbing or not. I know, bear with me, but it is kind of related to it. Is that a lot of people said, and I kind of agree, if Code of Princess for the 3DS has the Atlas dub, why can't you just use that one and put it in the Switch version? Heck, even the Steam version. I mean, maybe one that is a possibility is that A, it's probably not going to sound good. It sound like a radio or because I don't know what the file to use. If it's MP3, then it should be fine, but I don't know what the sound file is. Maybe it's weak. It probably doesn't sound right. And then people are going to say now, oh my gosh, the English dub is so horrible. Why is the quality bad versus the Japanese, which I'm going to assume. Yes, I'm going to assume that they probably revoiced a lot of the characters in Japan. That's why. Or maybe not. Again, I'm not really sure. The second reason also, I'm guessing is, if you use the Atlas dub, then you have to pay Atlas. And maybe Atlas is douchey about it, or maybe even Sega. Sega might say, well, pay us a lot of money and then we'll let you use it. And why Sega? Because they bought Atlas. So that's probably my two theory of why they probably rather not use it. But again, unfortunately, I played the game, so that was on me. Kind of sucky. The game looks good, but I really hope Nicalis, there's an Atlas dub there, make some sort of deal with them. I'm willing to pay, I don't know, maybe $15 to $20 for an paid English dub. Remember, I keep saying this in my other videos. I'm willing to do a paid English dub, $20, heck, $30 if you need to. But as of right now, I really want to support this Code of Princess EX game, but as of right now, man, it's like... And again, why Code of Princess? Because there's already been a dub. For Blade Stranger, they did not have a dub. I mean, that's first came out, so we can't do anything about that. I mean, nobody can do anything about it. And like I said, Nicalis, to some extent, they probably are not in the business of dubbing games. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, apologies, but I just have to remind again, P-Cube, that's the same thing. Axie Games, now, since they don't have Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear, they probably are not going to dub games anymore. Again, small company versus big company. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like disappointing, well, Nicalis is not part of the Gold Third. Walk, if you know what I mean. But, kind of a bit disappointing. But again, yeah, so I just want to put in there that Nicalis also is a company. They're, I think, a publisher localization or maybe publisher. Yeah, they don't do dub. Yeah, kind of fortunate.